So this is our 1982 Land Cruiser, BJ60. That's the important detail on it. It's a 3B naturally aspirated diesel. And I'm gonna see if it's gonna fire up. If it does, we're gonna load it on my new trailer out there, haul it out to the property, make space for more junk, more cars. Are you filming? What's it been, 2 years? We'll see. Ooh, the clutch was stuck. Okay, give her a little bit of glow. I don't know if it's gonna roll. So yeah, obviously it needs some work. It has no exhaust on it at all. Right here's actually the collector pipe, what bolts to the manifold. And the fuel tank is shit. That's the main reason we're not driving it. I bought it, I imported it out of Vancouver, British Columbia. You can't get the diesel cruisers in the US. They were never sold here new, I should say. You can find them. But here, I'll stop and flip it to forward and show you the fuel filter. So that there is a filter I added on. And all of that is sediment that came up out of the tank. Because when I imported this thing, it sat at our house over on the Washington coast for years. And that's actually a alternator out of some big Isuzu. That took quite a while to figure out, because these things, you know, being a diesel, it doesn't make any vacuum. And I stopped filming there because I hit the wrong button, but there's a vacuum pump built into the back of the alternator. And that's what runs the brakes and whatnot. But yeah, I'm gonna get the dart out of the way and pull it over, get some water into it, and see if we can't get it on the trailer. Now we'll put some water in it. Okay, we're gonna put some water in it just to load it. I don't remember, I might have cut the bottom radiator hose out of this. It's, like I said, it's been years since I've touched this project. I don't see anything dumping. Oh, I took the thermostat housing off, apparently. That's interesting. Well, that should keep it cool enough to get it loaded on a trailer. We're just, like I said, gonna haul it out to the property. Huh, why would I have done that? It's odd. I mean, it doesn't seem like it would have drained the block. I'm sure I had my reasons, but... Okay. Yeah, this thing didn't fire up too hard for... I think it's been at least 2 years since I've started it. I mean, they're such simple engines. It's another one of the weird diesels. So, take my glasses off so I can see. Back in here is a leather diaphragm. And then there's a venturi in it, kind of like a carburetor and a butterfly. And so, yeah, get on there. Anyways, pulling the throttle opens that butterfly and it changes the amount of vacuum draw on the hose and pulls the diaphragm, and that's what pulls the fuel rack and gives it more fuel. So almost no throttle response at all. Very sluggish. But if the hose comes off, it'll just drop to full throttle. And then being a Toyota, it's got other weird stuff I don't completely understand. That unit there with the electric motor is called an EDIC. And it's got that ram hooked up to the pump, and it's a shutoff, but it's hooked up to fuel pressure, and there's a few other things that if the truck's not happy, it'll cut the fuel and shut itself off. I have unhooked the hose with it running, and it does just go full throttle, and that EDIC does not shut it off in that case. But I'm just going to tighten down the thermostat housing. I can't remember why I loosened it. I think I might have just dumped some antifreeze in when I was done working on this thing last time, and decided I was going to winterize it. Man, I think I can get on there. I'm just filming the fucking air cleaner. Oh well. I got some wiring here that I do not want to mess up. So I imported the truck with the diesel, and then it was so rotten I had to tape the, I duct taped the side windows in. I was worried they were going to fall out. And then I picked this one up as a roller and did the drivetrain swap and got it going, and then I ran into that problem with the fuel tank. It sat so long, water got into the fuel, and it just, I mean, the tank's not rotted out, but it's got an insane amount of sediment in it. And so, of course, I got it running and was like, okay, it's good to go. And I filled the tank all the way up, and this thing burns next to no fuel. So now it's sitting on a tank of bad fuel again. So I gotta dump the tank, pull it, try to line it, or maybe even just make a tank or throw a fuel cell in it. I have a really nice gas Land Cruiser too that's gonna be going down the road. I love the thing, but it got to the point that I loved it too much. It's the most valuable vehicle I own, and it got to where I was scared to drive it. Like, people almost hitting me, and you know, it's a Land Cruiser, one of the most durable vehicles ever made, and I'm afraid to drive the thing on a damn gravel road because I'm going to chip the paint up. And it was a city truck. It spent its whole life in Portland. And so this is a fender off of a gas cruiser. You can tell because of the vents. They had such bad vapor locking problems. There's actually a blower motor that mounts and pulls air through that vent and blows it on the carburetor on the gas ones. The diesel cruiser, no vent. And the guy I bought it from still owes me a panel because he smashed it unloading it from the trailer. But yeah, you get the G for diesel. I don't know. But yeah, it pushed in this whole panel. We've come alonged it back out some. And he offered to give me a nice panel, and I told him I'd rather have a crappy one that didn't have a vent. And we've thought about running the exhaust is right there's that flange that collector pipe goes to. And I've thought about running it out of that vent just because it might be cool. I don't know. It'd probably melt the vent too. But it's going to be a woods truck, and that's why we're keeping this one and getting rid of the really nice one. Because I can actually beat this around up on the mountain and enjoy it and have fun with it. Take it camping. They're painfully slow, and I think they're 90 horsepower brand new. This thing's high miles. It's a little bit tired, but it's still fun on slow mountain roads. The unavailability of parts, I'd be terrified to try to drive this thing cross country at all, because a lot of the parts I had to get to put it together, I had shipped from Australia and some from Canada, but the availability in the United States is next to zero unless you buddy up to other weirdos that imported them. And I have buddies that do it, and they still don't get rid of parts. It's just so hard to get. You end up hoarding it like most people do. But I'm gonna mess around with it a little bit more, get it on the trailer. This is my new trailer. Picked it up today. That's what we're gonna be hauling the cruiser on. Tilt deck, pretty sweet. Teton trailers, made in Idaho. Got it from Gem State Trailers in Post Falls. They were awesome people to deal with. But I got sick of renting trailers, so I finally bought one.
Stop.
Got the cruiser hauled down to the pit. This is where we store a bunch of our projects and come out here and camp and stuff. It's my brother's land. It's 20 acres. It's an old reclamated gravel pit. And here it's a 1951 Plymouth Cambridge with chop top. It's a friend of my brother's car. We're just storing it down here. Nice interior. A little rough on the headliner, but it's a pretty sweet ride. Normally not the biggest fan of the chop top thing, but it's a good looking car. Old hand pinstriping. And what's pretty cool, the old boy did to it. If I can find the lever. It's got the original flathead 6 in it with a triple single barrel setup that's all hand fabricated. Anyway, that's it. Made it a little bit easier. Let me know if it looks like it's gonna tip over or something.
I'll try. I'd imagine you get it on the tilt and then wait, huh?
I think so.
Come on, Diesel.
Blow it a little more. Just draining the coolant out of it while it's going to be down here. That is fresh hose water that ran in it for, oh, I don't know, all about 5 minutes, loading and unloading it. So I'm going to say there's a little bit of rust in the engine and probably a bunch of crap in the radiator too, but it's got a 90-degree neck so you can't see. But yeah, so far successful first run with the new trailer. Getting more shit out of my yard so I can get more cars. So I got the coolant drained, and then I'm dumping just a little bit of green in through the thermostat hole, if I can get any of it in there. Just to be sure the residual water in the block doesn't freeze and break this block, because it'd be very sad. I'd have to import another Land Cruiser just for parts. Oh shit. Okay, I'm gonna stop filming and pour it. So we got the second Toyota in place in what's gonna be Toyota row down here in the pit. I'm gonna go home and load my 4Runner, and it's gonna go right there. And it sucks, I can't cut that tree down. It's a really nice tamarack, and they're one of the best trees we have up here, so it gets to live. It's kind of in the way, but get another Toyota in here, and then I'm gonna start parking the other projects we haul down kind of at an angle through here. We'll clear out a bunch more of this little pecker pole worthless trees that are nothing but a fire hazard, and just sharp angle park stuff in, so we still have a road to get to the back and room to swing the trailers around and stuff. Probably haul quite a bit of stuff on my brother's trailer because it's a lot smaller. But there we go for now. I'm gonna start packing this up. We got the batteries pulled and some coolant added to the cruiser just to keep it safe while it's stored down here until I get back into 4x4 projects. So we got the trailer packed up, getting the truck packed up quick. The battery's sliding around back here with my toolboxes, but I'm not gonna be hauling ass out. It's about an hour back to the house, so it's a 2-hour round trip for me just to get out here and drop the rig off. So I'm gonna get it back out to the house and get that 4Runner on, load it up, and probably just come back out here tomorrow morning because it's getting hot out. Need to take the puppy swimming, cool off myself, and I'm not really in a hurry to get too much done because my foot's still a little messed up from the whole pitchfork incident. So start getting this thing out of here. That's gonna be the shit house down here at the camp. I still need to cut a little more out of this road too. I can fit no problem, but it's tight, and we want to keep thinning this out for fire danger in this area is really high. We're kind of right at the bottom of Flowery Trail Pass in Washington, over at this piece of property. And if any dumbass lights anything on fire for a long way, there's no real fire breaks. And if everyone would do their part and keep their property thinned out nice, maybe our fires wouldn't be so devastating. So we're gonna try to do ours and just keep thinning this place and thinning it, you know, leaving the big trees and the good trees like those tamaracks, but just cut all this trash out, burn all these brush piles in the winter. All right, I'm gonna go find Sarah and the dog and let them run around a little, and we'll hit the highway. 1970 Satellite 4-door. Spotted just stopping to get something to drink on the way home. Fairly clean, slightly smashed, but I would take it home. See if they want to sell it. It's a river too. Back in town, and we're gonna try for Toyota number 2, my 4Runner. Fucking garage is filthy. Got its battery here. This thing hasn't been started in a couple years either, so we will see how it do. It's a 86 4Runner with a 3RZ swapped in out of a, I believe it was a 02 Tacoma. She's a little ripper. A little rusty, a little crusty. The swampers that are on the Land Cruiser came off of this, and now it's got the Land Cruiser's old wheels, but we get that battery hooked up, see if it'll start up. So this is gonna be the moment of truth on the old runner. I'm betting it'll fire up, because it's another old Toyota. I've driven this thing all over the country. I've had it, oh shit, probably 20 years now. It's on its 3rd engine. I just always beat the crap out of this poor truck, but oh yeah, she's coming to life. It's not for sale. We'll put them on when we get it on the trailer. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking about selling this thing, but just hearing her fire up again for the first time in years. I've tried to sell this truck multiple times and just never have been able to bring myself to it. It's too nice of a truck. Okay, she's got the shit unhooked. Ow! Those fucking vent seats is falling. right, Toyota number 2 loaded.
Did you tie that other strap?
Yeah, I did. It's tied up.
No. Oh my God.
Well, and there we go. That's the completion of Toyota Land down in the pit for now. My brother's got a couple more of this generation of Toyota pickup that we'll probably pack in here until we get to working on them. And then we got all this space still to clear out and park stuff. It's about 20 acres down here, just under 20. We're going to try to just make this side, because it sits a little higher and won't pool water ever, is our storage area.